So as of March, I am going to be going to an office some days of the week. And after working from home pretty much exclusively since 2020, I'm looking forward to having a bit of a change of scenery and just having a new space to go to. I'm gonna be picking up the keys and I'm gonna be sharing this office with other colleagues, and it's actually a brand new space. So we've ordered some furniture, and it's not arriving until mid March. So it's going to be basically an empty room with a desk and a chair. And I'm really excited to get the furniture. And there's some furniture that's coming from the office itself, and then there's also an opportunity to add our own touch to it. So I think I'm actually going to go to the thrift store and see if I can pick up a few more items just to make things a little more cozy. But anyway, I am first going to have my breakfast, and I thought I would show you what I eat in the winter. So I am kind of a creature of habit, and I tend to eat the same thing every day, but I do also have seasonal habits, I guess. And in the winter, when it's cold, I usually have oatmeal. So I keep my oatmeal in a mason jar, and I usually just use a measuring cup. A measuring cup just to help me, because when I eyeball things, it's just inconsistent. And then I usually do 3-to-1 water. And I think just for some natural sweetener, I'm gonna do a banana. So the way I make my oatmeal is I like to use a pan, partially because I don't have a smaller pot, and also because I don't know if this is actually true or not, but in my head, I feel like it heats up faster with a shallow pan. So I usually turn it to about medium, and then I just take a spatula and I break up the banana pieces. And this is a bit different today. I normally don't have pumpkin, but I just want to make sure that I eat that up. So I usually break this up, and I find that cooking will break down the bananas further. So I'm just lazy. I know some people like to take a fork and mash it, but this is another, I don't know, I find this works for me. Normally, honestly, I usually just leave it pretty minimally spiced, but because I have pumpkin and I find that pumpkin is kind of bland on its own, I am going to add some spices. So I'm just going to eyeball this. A little bit of cloves, ground ginger, cinnamon, and a pinch of nutmeg. And I'm going to put a splash of vanilla. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of yogurt. So yeah, that's my pumpkin oatmeal, I guess. I'm gonna have breakfast now, and if I have time, I'll do a little bit of journaling, my morning check-in with my health and wellness, and then I'll pack my bag and take you along with me to the new office. Okay, so just gonna do my morning check-in and finish yesterday's catch up on yesterday. So I don't know if you can hear coconut tapping around in the background. I'm gonna do a little bit of journaling. Slightly different angle. We are sitting on the floor because it is a very dark day and I'm sitting as close to the window as I can. So bear with me with this new angle. I'm getting ready to go to the office and I wanted to chat with you about the bags that I'm going to be using. So on an everyday basis, whenever I leave my home, I'm always using this bag. This is the TSL. I can't remember the name of the model, but I've shared this in another video because I actually took this bag with me to Japan when we went there last year. And I like this bag because it's mainly canvas, and then it has this beautiful leather bottom, which has patinaed so beautifully. And I like it because it's really light. So I've had all leather everyday bags, and I always do like a cross shoulder bags. I can have my hands free. But my last bag was starting to hurt my shoulders, and I switched to this canvas hoping that it would be lighter, and it is. So I love this bag. I will say, after using it daily, I have noticed that some of the canvas is fading a little bit in some parts of the bag. So I do wonder how long this will last for, because when I got it, I was kind of intending to just use it for years. I'm not really the type to switch my bags out by season. I'm a creature of habit, so I like this bag because I feel like I can use it all year long. It's pretty neutral, and it's light, and it doesn't hurt my shoulders. So hopefully this bag will be okay. If you have any tips on what to do about, this situation or this situation, let me know, because I guess this is just the regular wear and tear of canvas bags, but I was kind of hoping that it would last longer. So anyway, that's my everyday bag. And when it comes to going into the office, I can show you what I have on the inside. I've got a pouch here where I've got my mask. And then here's where I put my phone, but I'm filming this on my phone, so I don't have that. I always have some hand sanitizer that hangs off of this little clip thing. I need to refill that. And then on the inside, I've got my AirPods. I've got a couple of creams. This is like a moisturizer, and this is kind of like an anti-itch type cream. I've got a wall plug, so if I'm ever out and I need to charge a device, sometimes I find that it's nice to have one of these because I can then plug it into the wall in case there's no like USB charger. Lip balm, and another type of cream. So that's the kind of back pocket. Then I've got my sunglasses, and I've got my wallet. I got this. This is a Passport TN that I got custom customized in Kirishiki at the Superior Labor, and I need to clean out the receipts. I always have a coin in case we're grocery shopping and we need to use a quarter for using the getting the shopping carts. And I've got my keys. So this is a little pouch that I crocheted quite a while ago, and I actually meant to put a liner in here, and that was beyond my skill level, so it was one of those like I'll do that someday, which turned into, I guess, like never. I've always got a reusable bag. This is a gift from a friend. I've had this bag since 2017, so good brand. This bag has lasted a really long time, and I love this bag. And that is it. And so when I go out, the only other thing that I like to add in is my coffee, because this bag always stays upright, and I love how thin this cup is. Yeah, so I usually put the coffee in first. Then I'll do my wallet, do my reusable bag. I'll do my keys on top because I'm more likely to want to access this when I'm walking out of the house. And then I usually just tuck my sunglasses just at the top here. And it zips really nicely. So that's like my everyday bag. And everything fits in really well. And sometimes I will also fit my A6, like my A6 everyday carry, and it does fit. It gets tight when you're trying to put the when you're trying to, you know, have the coffee thermos as well, but I'll show you, it does fit. Yeah, so it's tighter, but it does fit, which I love. And that's why I still use the A6, because I like that I can keep it with me if I need it. And when I'm going out, this is all I need. Now, when I'm going into the office, that is a different story. So normally when I need to commute, I got this backpack in, gosh, I think it was 2018. And I got it because it has this like flap at the top. I don't know if you can see that. It has this flap at the top. And then you can roll it down and make your bag virtually like waterproof. So when I was commuting every day to the office and taking the subway to work, I really liked this because I would bring my laptop home, and if we were caught in the rain, I felt like this was an extra barrier that just allowed me to be able to transport my laptop safely. So from a functional perspective, I really like this bag, and you know, like there's a lot of room in here, so it like fits a lot of stuff. And it's I also take this bag traveling, like when I go traveling. My main gripe with this bag is that it doesn't like stand up straight. So it's a really small thing, I think, to complain about. And I mean, like I said, I've had this bag for a really long time and it's in pretty good condition, but just if I'm, you know, going out for the day, like this is not like traveling, it just doesn't really sit on the floor. So if I'm at a cafe and I want to set it down, like it just flops over, and I find that really irritating. So even though this bag is like super functional and I'm glad that I have it, it's lasted a lot longer than my other backpacks. Especially when one of my previous jobs, I had a 15-inch laptop, and that was such a heavy laptop that having like a backpack was a lot better for my back. So, you know, this is a good bag. The brand is Timbuktu, and it was made in San Francisco. And I think I actually got this like custom made where you got to pick the colors. And of course I went, you know, pretty plain. But you can get really creative with how you want to create this bag if they still make the bags in the same way. But it was just really irritating that like it doesn't stand on its own. So the other bag that I tend to use, this is a Canadian maker. Her name is Pip Robins. And this was a really cool bag because I loved the liner. Like, she uses these vintage curtain fabrics to do the liners of her bags. So all of her bags have these really beautiful, unique linings. And this was kind of cool because it's like a converter backpack where you can wear it on your back like this, or you can use this strap and have it over your shoulder. The zippers are like amazing. There's more of this beautiful liner. There's a really generous deep pocket in here. And I made this little pom-pom keychain, which is going strong. And there's a couple of pockets on the inside. So again, when I was commuting to an office, this became my everyday bag for a while. And usually when I'm going out, I will use this bag as well if I need to carry more things with me. So this has been a great bag. I've had this one since 2019. I probably need to do something with the leather because I've never treated it. Like, it feels okay, but looking at it, like, it's a little bit, it looks like it's dry, so maybe I should be taking better care of it. My gripe with this bag as well is it, just like the other one, it doesn't really like stand that easily. It's very like non-structured, and when it comes to using this bag on a daily basis, this is my laptop, and it's just kind of like a little bit, it's not that easy to get things in and out of the bag. So I just find, yeah, like it's not terrible, but I was kind of wanting something a little more structured. So at the same time, like, both of these bags are functional. They're not broken. Like, I don't have to get a new bag. So it was one of those things that I kind of always kept in the back of my mind. And earlier this year, Teddy Blake reached out and asked me if I was interested in having a bag sent to me to review. And this is not sponsored, but I was really excited for this opportunity. I struggle with some of these types of product review type situations. I appreciate the privilege of being able to get a free item sent to me, and I don't take it lightly that I know that sometimes these products can be very expensive, and I obviously don't want to promote like overconsumption. At the same time, I was really excited to have this opportunity to try a different type of bag to see if that was something that I felt like I could use on a regular basis. And because I am going to be going into an office again, and you know, this is something that I'll be reaching for when I need to bring more items with me when I go out, I really wanted to have something that I was excited to use and that was more structured. So I went through the website, and there are so many beautiful bags. I watched a lot of reviews as well, actually, and I thought about getting like a more structured bag because they're so beautiful. But honestly, like, if I think about what I am going to use on a regular basis, to me, it's like a tote bag. Like, I knew I wanted something that I could bring my laptop, bring some other items, and not break my back. And I think some of the more structured bags, they're gorgeous, but when it comes to commuting, they're not really realistic for me because I've had full leather structured bags before. There's a Canadian brand in Canada called Roots, and they make beautiful leather bags as well. And I've had a full leather structured bag that I used to take to work, and I just could not do that for I don't know, more than a few months, because it was just like the heaviness of the leather and then the heaviness of the laptop and then not having structure, not being able to, like, trying to carry that in my arm or on one shoulder. That was just too much for me. So, but having a tote bag is something that I can really get behind because it's comfortable for me. I can kind of distribute the weight when I need to. And what I really was hoping for in this bag was something that could fit everything that I needed when I commuted. But more importantly, I know this seems like a really small thing, but it's big for me, is stand on its own. So as you can see, my favorite thing about this bag is the fact that it can actually just like stand on the floor. So if I'm at the office and I want to set my bag down, I don't have to worry about it like flopping like all of my other bags. And if I'm at a cafe, like I can set this on the floor and again, like not really worry about it. And I know these are small things, but this is just something that if I was going to invest in a new bag, this was something that was going to be important for me. So I did film myself unboxing this bag when I first got it, and I actually got it a little while ago because I asked Teddy Blake if I could have a little bit of time to use the bag before I came on camera and talked to you about it. Some of the bags that other creators have chosen are absolutely stunning. But realistically, they're not bags that I would see myself using on a daily basis. Just because, like I said, I'm a creature of habit. I know that my everyday bag, I want it to be light. I already have my everyday bag, and like what I have is working really well. So when it comes to, a bigger bag that can carry more of my things, that's the situation that I felt like if I were ever to invest in something, that's the area that I would like to maybe invest in a different bag option. So when Teddy Blake reached out, I went to their website just to learn a little bit more about them, and it looks like they're based in New York, and their focus is on offering luxury leather bags at a more affordable price. Now, when I looked at the prices of their bags, I'll admit, like, they are on the higher end, but generally speaking, I don't mind paying a little more for something that's really good quality. When I invest in them, my intention is that I'm going to use it for a really long time. So, for example, I've got this leather A5 cover, and even though I have kind of scratched it up and I've gotten some marks on it, this is my 3rd year using this, and I fully intend to continue using this cover. And of course, like, same can be said for my traveler's notebook. This is relatively new, I'll admit, but I've had some of my covers for years, and I actually love using them because the more use they get, the more character they develop and the more stories that can be tied to these artifacts. What I really like about the bag that I chose, so this is the Nina Suede 12-inch bag in the dark olive. There's also a brown suede version, which looks stunning. So I was really torn between the two, but at the time they were actually out of stock with the brown, and I think that was for the best because then it just kind of gave me an option to choose something that was different than what I normally go for. Like, I always go for brown. So the bag has this clasp in the front. I'm just trying to show you. It's kind of hard at the angle I'm sitting. So it has this clasp in the front, and there's three options for, I guess, like how wide your bag gets. On the front here, I've just hung this little squishy charm, and this was a deer that I got from Nara. So that was one of the highlights of my trip when we went to Nara, and I know it was a very touristy thing to do, but it was a open park where it was full of deer, and you could buy these little like deer crackers, and they would come up to you and they would bow, and then you could feed them the crackers. That must be like one of the most touristy things you can do in Japan, but I don't care. They were so sweet, and I got this little charm to commemorate our time there. And I've just hung it on the edge of this bag, and I love that it reminds me of our trip to Japan. Okay, so the bag itself is not that heavy. I'll see if I can get my scale to weigh how much it is, but it's not that heavy. Like it is leather, so it's not as light as a canvas bag, but my expectation is that unlike a canvas bag, this is actually going to be able to stand on its own, which again is like, for me, was one of the things that I was looking for the most. So when you open the strap, this is what it looks like on the inside. So it's basically one big pouch, and I actually think like you can see that it's really well made. So these are apparently like handmade in Italy. Like I do think that the quality really shows. Like it's a very substantial bag. Not everyone's a fan of suede. I personally am. Like I love the feel of it, but they have other options that aren't suede in case that isn't your thing. So on the inside, there is this like extra, I don't know, thing at the bottom, and I think this helps keep the structure of the bag, so I appreciate that. And there is this zipper in the back. Now this is the one thing that I will complain a little bit about. When I first unboxed this, the zipper was kind of hard to work with. And I haven't figured out, like, is it the angle that I'm using the zipper or what? But I find like sometimes I can't actually close the zipper, and then sometimes I have no problems at all. Like you saw, I don't know if you saw that, that might have been slightly off camera, but it's like, yeah, all of a sudden it's fine. But occasionally, yeah, I think it must be the angle, because now I'm kind of like I'm having trouble closing it. But if I do this, then it's okay. So I will say, like, zipper wise, I'm not impressed with that, but it's not a deal breaker. I just think maybe for the price it would be like, I would expect this zipper to work flawlessly. Like if you look at, for example, my TSL bag is just, you know, it doesn't really matter what angle I'm using, it's fine. So I suppose if there was one thing that I'd have to critique about this bag, it would be, I think, the zipper. I'm not sure why, but the zipper just sometimes, like you can see now, it's working perfectly, but yeah, it gets caught. I'm not sure what's going on there. So anyway, the pocket itself is about here. It's pretty deep. Let me see if I can put an object. So I've got my pen wallet, and you can see it's not as tall as my pen wallet, but I could fit it in this way. If I were to use this bag completely on its own and I didn't have a separate like shoulder bag or everyday bag, I would probably use this to put my wallet and my phone just for easier access. So, okay, that's the bag. Now, let's pack it up. And I've been talking a lot. Let's pack up the bag and get ready to go to the office. So the first thing that I'm gonna pack is my laptop. So I've got a, this is a 13-inch MacBook, and I've just got it in this A4 Superior Labor leather portfolio. So I'm just gonna put that in, and look at that, like it stands. I guess it's like the little things, but this really excites me. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna pack is my water bottle. Then I've got this Superior Labor Wonder Pens A5 canvas pouch. And what I've been doing is I've been using it for my traveler's notebook. So Because this is my personal journal, I like to have this with me because if I'm ever sitting somewhere, I like to pull this out and journal sometimes. So it's kind of like my safety, it's like my safety blanket, but it fits really nicely in this pouch I discovered. So I like to do that. So then if I want to bring my pen wallet, I will put it in here. And because I know I'm going out, I've actually put my mild liners in here because I use those all the time. Okay, so we'll put that in there. The next thing is I always have some kind of A5 notebook because in the work that I do, I always like to have a notebook for like confidential conversations. So I will put this in, and then I have to have a separate notebook because this has to be stored separately in like a locked cabinet, and I also tend to shred these papers when I'm done. And it's also a really nice way, honestly, to use up notebooks. So this is Leuchtturm 1917, and it actually does work really well with fountain pen, with my fountain pen. Put that in there. I also like to bring my e-reader. Now, this e-reader is very old. I got this in 2018, and the reason why I don't have any stickers on here is because this case is clearly on its last legs. You can see like whatever this like faux leather that was on here has been peeling, and I just don't want to get a new cover because aside from the peeling, it does work. So it's one of these like magnetic things, and you know how they say with the Mina Perhonen faux leather covers, they say that they might peel. I wonder if like that's what those covers will look like in time, because this one did kind of have like a fake leather appearance, but as you can see, like this cover is completely falling apart, but I mean it does work. And I think at this point, like when this Kobo dies is when I'll just get a new Kobo and a new cover. And I think, by the way, in another video, this is a small thing, I noticed in my own journal I had written that I've been reading a lot of books on my Kindle. I don't know why I mixed up the name of my e-reader, but I don't have a Kindle, I have a Kobo. And the reason why I have a Kobo is because I read exclusively library books, and Kobo has a really nice integration with my local library. I think it uses Libby and Overdrive. This thing has served me very well. It is very used, and I love it. I always have my e-reader on me. And then you gotta pack a snack. So I like to put that just in this pocket here because then it's not going to get squished. So yeah, that is how I'm going to pack my office bag. And let me just close. And then now we're good to go. So obviously with the laptop, it is going to be a bit heavier, but I've been testing this out and I'm finding it to be fine. And like I said, I just love that I can kind of set this down and not worry about it falling. I'm not sure if over time, I know leather can soften. So, you know, I'm not really sure if like over time this will be more floppy. And I think if that is the case, then joke's on me. Maybe I need to get something even more structured. But for now, this is great. And I think it's really cute with this charm. And I'm even thinking about adding maybe a few more charms just to personalize it. But I'm really happy with this bag. It's like a nice, thick, soft leather. I like the gold detailing on the hardware. I'm definitely a gold hardware person, or a brass over silver. And I love my little cute Nara deer. I don't know if maybe I should name the deer. I don't usually name my objects, but I do really have a soft spot for this little guy. And yeah, that is my work bag. So I'm gonna head out, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna really film that much because I feel awkward filming in public spaces, but maybe I'll show you some photos of the space. It's pretty empty. There's just a desk. There's going to be furniture, and if you're interested in seeing how the space evolves, I can definitely share that. I know it's a bit of a deviation from the journal, planner, stationery content, but let me know if that's something that would interest you. Otherwise, if you're interested in learning more about Teddy Blake or this bag, I'll leave some links in my description. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you so much to Teddy Blake for reaching out, for offering to send me one of their bags. And I do have a surprise. So don't go anywhere. I will be right back. I was so grateful for the opportunity for them to share one of their products. And on that same vein, I really wanted to perpetuate that feeling of sharing. If I'm going to be getting something from a company or a brand, I really wanted to see if they would be open to sharing something with you as well, because I really appreciate your support, and without your views, brands like this wouldn't be reaching out to me to offer to send me product. So I did ask if they would be willing to host a giveaway and share some things with you. They were kind enough to let me choose a few accessories to share with you. So the first thing is, and it comes in this really nice little dust bag, is this, it's called the Zip Wallet Stampado, and it's this really beautiful camel brown with this textured camel brown zip wallet. I was really hoping that this would fit the Hobonichi Weeks. Unfortunately, it does not. It's like practically the same size. I just thought it would be so cool if you could tuck the Hobonichi Weeks into the wallet, but it doesn't fit. So that's what it looks like on the inside. So there's card slots on either side of the wallet. There's a nice big flap here for bills or maybe receipts. There's another flap over here. There's quite a lot of room in between. And then there's a zipper pouch in the middle. So that is the first item. The second thing that they let me choose is in this cute little dust bag. And it's this really adorable little coin. It's called the Coin Case Palmelato. And it's just this little coin. It's a little coin case. And I don't know about you, but I like the idea of having a coin case because even for my TN, I did have a little pouch added to it, but I have realized that coins get really bulky. So if I have coins at all, I do like to keep them in a separate little pouch. And even in Japan, I bought a little zipper pouch because I had too many coins. They were driving me nuts, and they were bulking up my my wallet to a point where it was just like getting way too bulky. So I like having something like this as well. And I just think this is so cute. So thank you, Teddy Blake, not only for sending me this beautiful bag, which I'm excited to use for my office commutes, but also for letting me pick these two items to share with my subscribers. Okay, so to enter this giveaway to one of these two items, leave a comment on this video and tell me what Teddy Blake item would you have chosen if you were on their website and you were looking through their bags. Then head over to my description to find a link to a Google form where you will officially enter the giveaway. From that form, I will do 2 random draws for 2 winners, and then I will announce the winners in my community page. So I will not respond to comments. It will be on my community page. So I will leave the window open until Saturday, March the 15th. I'll close it around 11:59 on the 15th. And we'll say that this is open internationally because I'm going to be the one who will be shipping these products. So feel free to enter from wherever you are. Just make sure if you enter that you have, that you're willing to provide a mailing address that can receive packages. In some cases, I might actually have to get your phone number as well. So just be aware of the type of information that I will be asking from you to send you one of these products, in case that impacts whether you want to enter the giveaway. Okay, well, that is everything from me today. I hope you enjoyed the sort of morning routine, a trip to the new office, and my thoughts on my Teddy Blake bag. If you're still here, thank you so, so much for sticking around. Again, if it weren't for your engagement, your views, your comments, your wonderful feedback, I wouldn't be given opportunities like this to receive and review products. So it really doesn't go unnoticed. I am so grateful. I recognize the privilege of being in this position, and I really hope that I can use these as opportunities to continue sharing things with you as well, because that's what this community is for. So I hope you are doing well, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.